And hello, welcome. Welcome to this live stream, in case you were wondering what this was. Today, I've got it muted on this side. 1 second. There we go. Hello, yes. So in case you're wondering what this is a route building live stream. Yes, for Trainz, yes. So I'll go ahead and start that then. Yeah, there goes the file copy in the background. The sound. Yes, so this is where we last left off. With this dam right here. We've got the multiple layers of dam behind it to cover the edges of the water, because the water, basically, otherwise you'd see these edges right here. Yes. So, I think it's quite the mighty structure, just looking at it. You can get a sense of the scale of this thing if you go down to first person mode, and then you just look up at this huge wall. Mind your feet, though. Yeah. Just seeing that tiny fence up there. Anyway, so what we need to do next. Yeah, this is, alright, this is kind of strange. Oh, right, because of the render distance. Oh, that's interesting. Because I've got the render distance set quite low, it means that the dam will only render in when I'm quite close to it. So now you can see in between the water and, well, where the water ends. So actually, yeah, I think I'll set the render distance a bit higher and maybe turn off post-processing. Maybe a little bit higher still. There we go. Right, we can see quite far this way now. And yeah, over here it just starts lagging like crazy. But we won't go over here. We'll go over here instead. That's just the proper way of solving all problems, isn't it? Now, here we're quite far up already, so we could just go straight along here, and then we'd be up here. So, I'm not sure that I want that. When I envisioned this, I thought of it more like the railway would be climbing up here, and then just reaching this elevation as it hits the dam, or rather, goes past the dam. That is interesting. Maybe I could put in a little tunnel where it goes back down a little bit, sort of to this height, to the height of the dam, and then it goes over. Maybe that would be better. Okay, so let's look for a good tunnel then. Oops. Keep missing the button. There we go. No. Maybe this one. I'll leave it there for now. Not quite. Although, no, it's narrow gauge. Actually, that's a good question. Do you know what that tunnel was called? That really old one with kind of moss growing on the inside. Maybe this one. This is not the one I meant, but maybe I'll use this one. Or this one. Yeah, no idea. I hope that it's installed though. No, that's okay. I was just wondering if you knew. That's fine. Alright. So it doesn't look like I've got that one installed. Might just quickly look on the DLS, which means that I will need to go into windowed mode, which means... Well, it means that I'll need to quit and start Trainz again when I continue building. Oh, that looks really strange in the background. So over here, sort of. Haha. Anyway. Alright, there are quite a few in this list. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'll actually look through all of these because this will take quite a bit of time. Maybe in addition with one track or one T. No, none of those. Alright, well, what if I go to category and narrate for track? I mean, it's less, but it's still quite a few. I mean, I'll just scroll through them. It's not that many. The one I'm looking for, it had a really low resolution, this sort of white rock texture on the outside. It's a very old asset. I remember using it many years ago. I always wanted to use that in a route, but whenever I used tunnels, I always used double track tunnels, so I never really got around to using it. Yeah, I was hoping that I could maybe use it here, finally. I hope that it's got a thumbnail and that I'm not just scrolling past it because it's not got a thumbnail. Anyways, how are you tonight? Yeah, I'm okay. How are you tonight? Okay, we're almost through the list. I'm doing fine. Well, that's good. No, it was none of these. No, maybe, well, Maybe I can find a picture of it. One second. Just maybe to give you an idea of what it looks like. Because, maybe I'll just quickly scroll through this. I won't spend long on this, just a minute or so. Because the chances of this are quite low. Nope, none of this. I think it had a light at the top, inside as well. Like this warm yellow light. Huh. This one. This is the inside of the tunnel I'm looking for. This is the tunnel. This one on the... Can you see that on the... Oh yeah, you can just about see it. This tunnel asset. Oh. Yes. Maybe I've got it installed in Trainz A New Era. From Alps. Oh, it might have that in the name then. Swiss... Oh, right. Oh, not that. Swiss tunnel. Oops. Nope, not that either. This. Might not be on the DLS. Hold on. Alright, I'm just quickly going to switch over, just so you don't see my login details. Oh, Tunnel 1 Swiss. Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, in that case, I'm going to switch back in 1 second. It doesn't have a thumbnail. Look, it doesn't have a thumbnail. I told you that that might happen, that I just scrolled past it, but thank you very much for thinking of the one that I was looking for. Sometimes the long shots work. I mean, just now, searching for Trainz tunnel, actually did manage to get some success. With your help, of course. Sometimes if you just show me a picture, I will know instantly. Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of hoping for. Yes, this one. Yeah, see, I remember the low-resolution, bright rock texture around it, with a kind of moss on the ceiling inside. Like kind of around here, this kind of yellowy green texture. That's the one I want to use. I know it's not the best looking one. I can put trees around it. But yeah, that is the one I've chosen. Right, so I wanted to get a bit further down, sort of to around, well, maybe if I start from where I wanted to end. So I wanted to end sort of around this height. So if I started here, honestly, with a little work, you can hide the ugly entrance complete. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, how close do I want this? Well, maybe just here, because it is quite the gradient. What gradient is this? Oops, that's not gradient, that's track condition. Nope. Oh, that's vertex height, right. Oh, almost 3. That should be fine. Though I will need to change this up a little bit. sort of like this. I remember playing with this ages ago. I used to love this one, mostly because of the lights inside. Okay, now it's time to do some terraforming. Also to get rid of the search filter. Well, not completely, but yeah, the name anyways. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to justify tunnels, I find, because in the past, I wanted to use tunnels quite often. I used to think, oh, wouldn't it look nice if there was a tunnel here? Like, I build a route, like one base board, the next, and then I think, oh, wouldn't it be nice if there was a tunnel here? And then I place the tunnel and some hills around it that goes through, but then it usually ended up looking like there was just a flat landscape with a hill that the tunnel went through. And there wasn't really a reason why the tracks didn't just go around the hill. But a mountainous landscape like this definitely makes it easier. Yeah, those were the lazy routes. Well, more so inexperienced, I'd say. Because even back then, I'm talking like 10 years ago at this point, I didn't really have that much knowledge of how railways worked in the real world and what decisions engineers would make when they're thinking about how to build a railway. I just used to build it like what I thought looked nice, and I did put hours into my routes, making all sorts of tiny little details and scenes. I mean, I still do that, but yeah, and scenes and things like that. But it's just the broader picture that I didn't have that much experience with. Like, I knew, for example, that there were main lines that had 2 tracks or 3 tracks, but I had no idea what they were for, or what sort of junctions were used at what points. I know, pun slightly intended. Yeah, same. I really started building realistically with my metro routes. I see. I tried building subway routes. Like, I tried building the London Underground once. I didn't really get very far. Only like 1 or 2 stations connected with tunnels, and I basically just filled the map on top with an asphalt texture and didn't actually get around to placing any of the buildings. And that's how far I got into my metro map. I have this awfully old project of mine called Monterico Gaming Railways. Monterico, of course. Monterico Gaming Railways. God, I went crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling. Right. Yeah, I also have quite a lot of my very, very old routes still. I've got them in Trainz A New Era. I don't have them imported into Tane because because I've used mostly 2D objects back then, because, well, there were mostly only 2D objects. And even upgrading to Tane made them look kind of weird, and I think that if I imported them into TRS-19, it would just make them look completely broken. especially with the lighting where 2D objects tend to look black from one side. So I've got them on Tane. Some other ones from the Windows days before I used Mac, I've got CDP files off that I haven't imported into Trainz yet, I think. I should save. I see, yeah. Actually, how does this look on the map? Oh, that looks interesting. You can see the valley going up here with this little lake, and then you can just see Sudden Lake. Maybe that's what we'll call it, Sudden Lake. I mean, it would make sense, because for millennia, actually no, not millennia, for millions of years, there was no lake here, and then they built the dam, and then suddenly there was a lake here. Yeah, I really hope that Service Pack 2 gets released soon for Mac, especially. I mean, of course, Windows would be nice too for all those other players. But for me specifically, I hope that it gets released for Mac soon, so that I can. Because the Coleman Mountains Railroad, I was literally just about. I had everything set up. I've got the trailer finished now. I've got the screenshots, everything, the sessions, of course. Everything finished, the descriptions, thumbnails, all of it. And I was just about to upload the CDP when the site no longer worked. It only said, oh, if you want to use TCCP 2.0 beta, then you have to be using Trainz Platinum or Plus. And yeah, I spent quite a long time looking for where the original was, because it said, if you want to do this, implying that there is an option not to do it, but as it turns out, there is not. Unless you want to use the beta of that, which still uses the second one. So I hope that they updated soon. Never mind the gaps in reality up here, just enjoy the nice view. Yeah. Right, so we obviously need... Oh, we do not need the gradient. But we obviously need a siding or a few sidings on this side of the dam. So, right. Well, the DLC progress can take up to a few months to be released. Yeah. Process, sorry. And TCCP is quite tricky to work with. Yeah, I know. I did some research on that as well. Yeah. Although hopefully the new one will be... I mean, I haven't released anything yet. That would have been my first DLC. But hopefully the new one will be a bit more, well, user-friendly. Right, so... Oh, we're working down to this level. Trainz, Hiawatha MR has been stuck on one route being processed for over a year now, I believe. Oh, wow. Are you sure? I mean, maybe if they've been updating, if they've already been working with TCCP 2, maybe they're just not handling any older upload requests. Maybe they're solely focusing on that, and then they're basically pushing it out until basically, maybe they're pushing out the TCCP1 submissions so far out until TCCP2 is released. So then they'd say, oh, no, sorry, you've got to resubmit it. You've got to resubmit it. We're not accepting TCCP1 anymore. Yes, he complained a lot about it. That was back in TCCP1. I hope that that will not be the case when I upload my stuff, obviously. But it's good to know that it can take a long time. Actually, no, I don't want it to go... Sorry. I don't want it to go through a cutting here. I'd rather make an S-curve like this. Ah, yeah, that's much better. His other stuff got accepted even though TCCP2... even through TCCP2 when it was uploaded via TCCP1. Yeah, I have no idea with that, honestly. Right. I mean, this just looks so gorgeous, doesn't it? I mean, if you imagine this huge lake and you're just coming down this, just going narrowly along the water side, yeah? And then you can see ahead the dam, and then you spot the tunnel, and as you're going over, you can just peer over the edge and see the deep valley below, just as you plunge into the tunnel. And then when you emerge from the other side, you're in the forest, and you can see this huge valley below that you're now quite rapidly descending into, because if you remember, this is the huge gradient here, till you go over here, and then you enter the town, whose name Nothesea. Yeah, Nothesea. Then you enter Nothesea and do whatever you wanted to do here. Right. It does. Thanks. Yes. Right. So, I really just want to drive through the tunnel now. Well, since I'm in charge of the stream, let's do it. Or let's search for an object accidentally. Quick drive. I know we've got the very heavy train, that's fine. I'm just making a session right now, lol. Good. How's it going? Making good progress? Even though Central Europe is broken in Service Pack 2. Well, can't you just downgrade to Service Pack 1 again? Downgrading requires game reinstall, unfortunately. Oh, I see. Also, new stuff now saves as build 4.7 instead of the 4.6 it did until now. Oh, I see. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, the terrain back here hasn't loaded in properly, so you can still see the grass on the cliff where there really shouldn't be any. They're already beeping the horns now, even though the train's only just started going over. I mean, just look down there. I mean, I could easily spend a few weeks on holiday in this town. Just look at it. You've got beautiful American streamliners going by, and then you've got the lake down there with a view, and the cliffs and the valley. And if you're a bit bored, you can take the train up to the dam and see that amazing feat of engineering. Or you could get in trouble with the military. I mean, that's fine as well. I mean, there are two occasions, actually, by the gravel pit, which we still haven't named, and because they, if you remember, they are guarding the super secret test cube with textures, and here, the submarine testing facility, or rather, submersible technologies division, whatever it's called. I mean, especially with this render distance, it looks much better. Well, at least for a still image. I mean, like this it looks great, I think. Oh, well, except for that bit back there, I need to increase the render distance even more. But like this, it looks great. But then as soon as I unpause, it starts lagging again. Can't really do anything about that anyway. So I cannot really export and import things. Yeah, that makes sense. It's an amazing view. Yes, thank you. Nice title. Yeah, I know. I did remember to change it. So, I mean, we've got that. Yeah, I mean, we're already over an hour in, so I mean, who really should I change it? I mean, it's unlikely that anybody would find it. I don't think I remember to change the title is gonna cut it. I mean, I did just for the last stream. Over half an hour. I said over half an hour. It's been only 30 minutes. Yeah, 32 to be exact. Well, 33 where I am. Well, 32, no, right, 32 is right. I said half an hour. Maybe the engine sound changed what I said for you. Lol, yes. Alright, you've convinced me. I'll change the title after I've finished driving. By the way, for anybody who's watching this archived, the title for the stream is It's RTC3. I remember to change the title. I did. And by the way, Swedar, these three locos did not manage to pull the entire train up, so I attached another 5 at the back, and now it's managing to pull/push the train up. Just about. I wish that the motor sounds were different when you're in the cab, so like maybe a bit quieter. Because in here, the sounds do get quiet, but then they immediately get loud again if I go in. Yeah. Oh, you can just about see the dam through the trees there. Damn, this is gorgeous. Oh, the terrain hole hasn't loaded in yet. Maybe because it's quick drive, that could be the case. Although, to be honest, the texture for the tunnel, like the rock texture itself from the hue, doesn't really... it's not that out of place with the rock textures I'm using here, because they are quite light. Just barely. Yeah. Or barley. Question. No, I believe that was a statement. If the players stop at the gradient, yes, they can start back up again. I think we checked this last time, but I can check it again. Can he get moving up again? I think we checked this last time, and I think the answer was yes, they can. But I will double check it. Oh, this is quite the S-curve. Seems fine though. Ah, here we go. Let the horror film commence. could mask the tunnel with the seasonal rocks. Yes, I am going to mask the tunnel entrance, definitely. Seasonal rocks is a good shout, though. But it's so nice. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Huh. Can't you zoom out so that you're actually orbiting the train in the tunnel? I thought they added that feature. Maybe you have to already be zoomed out for that to work. Oh, I think we're speeding back up. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll probably lower the speed limit in the tunnel to like 25 or something like that. No. Yes, you could. Only in custom tunnel that don't force the camera view. Oh, I see. Oh, I see a problem. Actually, no, I see a feature. Oh, I need to apply brakes. There we go. Anybody up for a swim? We got quite the lamp there. Yeah, that's right. You forgot normal brakes. No, I was just trying to keep the train from speeding up. I don't necessarily want to stop it, because I want to get all the way back there. But yeah, thanks for the shout out though. Like we said, at this point we'd still be at like 25. Okay, yeah. I can't wait to make sessions on this. I bet that the rear train's still in the tunnel. The rear of the train. Not sure what I'm betting, but yes, I was just about correct. Me neither. Yeah. Right, so. Yeah, that's always strange, that if you load in, the reflections in the water slowly move up to where they're supposed to be. Right? If I zoom out and then zoom back in... No, if I need to go out and then go back in. If I ever get my hands on this... Alright, I will definitely make a session with a Kraus Maffei if I ever get my hands on this. Oh, you will get your hands on this. You will. For a price. Yeah, did you see that? Did you see the reflections? Yeah, the reflections are quite... fun. Yeah, alright, here we go. Changing title of the stream. Which means I won't be able to read the chat. So if you type anything now, I won't be able to see it. One second. Oh, where is it? It's so difficult to find sometimes the right game in the slot. I'll just search for TRS 19? Nope. Doesn't find it. Trainz. Oh, there we go. Trainz Railroad Simulator 2019. Here we go. Channel. There we go. Alright, so I changed it. And we're back. How'd you like the title now? Actually, I should change the water. No, well. I think, no, I'll leave it as is for now. Right. So, right, speed limit. I'll change the speed limit to 25. I like the title. Great, I'm glad you like it. Where is it? By the way, if you're watching this archived and you're wondering what the new title is, the new title is It's TRS 19! Exclamation mark. I remember to change the title. Cough, cough. Right, so here, let's say, okay, so 35 out. No, that's the wrong one. I need this one. The left one. No, not the left, the right one. Left from the other side. This side. And then 25 up. I think I'm going to leave 25 speed limit for all of this bit, because this seems like it's quite precarious. And now I want to check if we can actually stop and start again, because I do think I checked it last time, but just to make sure. Actually, how much of the lake can you see from the first-person view here? Not that much, unsurprisingly. I mean, you can see the lake itself. If I move back here, you can see a bit. That's good. That's also strange, how the camera now jerks back and forth if you're going between the camera views. I think that's because they animated the camera going from the different views, like this, for example. I think that it's now always animating the camera relative to the world space. So essentially the camera has to keep up with the train, because the interpolation thinks it needs to be in world position, and then the train's already moved on. Okay, so I'll stop the train just when the loco is by the tunnel entrance. Actually, a bit before the tunnel entrance. And then we'll see if it works. Yeah. Good. Also, we've got a viewer without... Actually, no. Is Store China or Store Kina... Is that an actual viewer, or is it a bot? If you're a bot, please write in chat. I hope I pronounced your name right. I should stream again sometime. Yes, I think so too. I mean, if you've got the time for it, obviously. Sharp corner ahead, yes. I wish they changed that, because usually in previous Trainz versions, if you wanted to set up a cool drive-by, you could set the camera like you wanted here and then go into free roam, but now the camera just always tilts back to the same position. So they've literally removed that feature by doing that, which I don't see why they did that. Maybe they just don't know how players use that. By the way, have you seen the train protest in Germany today? No, I haven't. I'm in England. Here. Huh. Yeah, I'll quickly look at it a little bit. But for now I want to see if the train actually makes it up if I stop up there. Oh, the link didn't light up hole in the chat. Yeah, I saw that. I think I'll stop the locomotive right about there because it looks like the incline is leveling off there, so I'll stop the locomotive over here, which you might actually not see now that I'm thinking about it because my camera is in front. I'll put it there basically. I'll stop up there and then I'll try to start it again. I will post it in your Discord too. Thank you. I wonder why this isn't animated if you use the keyboard. Alright, so I think this is as good a place as any to stop. Well, technically not, because it's on an incline, but you know what I mean. It's for the test, it's a good place to stop. Okay, and now that we've stopped the test, I can go work on something else. No. Oops, rolling back down a little bit. Rolling back down a little bit. Okay. So, as you can see, we're on, I think, the steepest bit, which is 4.97%. So now, let's try this. So, sander on. I'll go into, like, notch 4, and then release the brake. Actually, notch 4, and then release the brake. Just so we don't get rollback. Okay, brakes are almost completely released. Now let's see. Notch 6. Notch 7. And there we go. Yes. As you can see, it is... well, it is struggling a little bit, but not that much. I mean, we do have quite a few locos. This is going to look so good with my repainted locos when I do those eventually. Although, to be honest, originally I was thinking kind of green and purple, but the orange has kind of grown on me. Not literally. Well, actually, maybe literally, but I meant figuratively originally. Actually, did you notice this? Like, that one of the horns is facing backwards, and the other one forwards? That's an interesting detail, I think. So here we go. Also, I need to put a horn thing here. Orange is an amazing color. Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, I like that horn orientation. Yes. Here we go. And yeah, you can see immediately that this is where the track begins to go downhill again. Quite steeply. I mean, just look at this train. Just hauling itself up, just heaving itself up the mountainside. This is going to look amazing when the other hill's also done. Well, I say also. This one isn't done yet, in case you couldn't tell. And probably this is where I'll then put the siding, or maybe not. Maybe I'll put the siding, well... Actually, yeah, I think I will put... I'm not sure. Either I'll put the siding in here, or I'll start the siding over here, and leave this bit kind of narrow. I might do that, actually, because I quite like how narrowly this is snaking around the corner here. Oh, there we go. Need to slow down. Need to slow down, because it's going downhill. There we go. By the way, these wagons, these cars, also have randomized running numbers, so they're not all the same. Oops, speeding up again. And no, I didn't secretly put in a junction that made the track loop around in the tunnel. I mean, you saw me make this live, so there really was no way I could have done that. Unless I had secretly already planned this and made a copy of the route where I put this in previously, and now I loaded that when I closed Trainz and started it back up again. And yes, I know it's derailed, but I want to see this driving past. And yes, I did hear the train brakes apply. I mean, this train looks so big from down here, but then you zoom out and you look at the dam, and then you say, damn, that's big. Anyway, right. Actually, I'll go back out into the main menu and then go back into the editor just in case derailing the train somehow messed something up. Because there is some leftover code from the joint surveyor driver in the standard version, which is why the cars have the issue with junctions, according to Trainz at least, the train support team. So I'm a bit careful around that at the moment. So something like this. And yeah, these little white bits. Maybe I'll just hide them in grass. I mean, to be honest, that might not be the worst solution. Just put grass around it. Sorry, these little yellow bits. I might have called them white bits by mistake. Okay. Right. We didn't finish the dam yet. There should be floodgates. Or rather, what are they called? Is it floodgates or valves? Release valve? Not sure. Okay. Right. Nope. All right. Oh no, that's okay. Not quite what I'm looking for. I would say release valve and pipe outlet or water outlet. Yeah. This might be the right size. Oh, we could have just used this one asset. We could have just used this asset. I mean, it even looks better. The texture, it's not that white. Just, oh wow. It's even already got street lights on top. Oh wow. I mean, can I maybe sync this into the other one? Maybe something like this? Maybe like this. What do you think? Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think this looks okay? Just kind of fused in with the other part of the dam. Maybe we can add doors here. Do you think this looks okay? I mean, it looks okay from this side. Yeah, this could work. I might put some more details around, though. I mean, yeah, but it does look good from this side, I think. And that's the important bit. Right, I will look through some of the other assets that maybe we could use. Alright, that reminds me, we need a thing. If this is a hydroelectric power station, then maybe we need to put in the actual power station. We'll see. We've got the flowing water for the dike. Nope. Right, so that's it then. Although I do want to put in a door. Or maybe 2 doors. Some barn doors. No, this one I think should be good. So, what's this one's rotation? 87. Okay. So now how far up do I need to put this? Actually, I'll put this on the temp lock layer so that I can manipulate the door freely. Too low, much too low. Oops. Better. Not quite perfect yet. Actually, I can go into... Oh, which one is it? There we go. I can go into fly mode. So this mode. Yeah? And then I can just manipulate it from here. Much easier. Well, at least for the setting the height. Oh, well, look at how tiny this door is. I mean, even compared to the fence, I thought the door would be something like this. But just look at how tiny the door is. Yeah, we need one on the other side as well. This is 85.25. No, 82.25. Sorry. $82. Gives you a sense of real scale. Yeah, it does. I mean, what else should I have expected? I mean, I did set it to real scale, so... So it's sort of in here like this, and then just a little bit further down. Just like that. Wow. Yeah. Whew. I mean, you can't even see the doors, they're that tiny behind the fence. Maybe we need another door, just maybe on the top of this roof, just sort of here, just to emphasize the point, so you can see it better as well. I think that's I think that's on the right level-ish. Yeah. I think it's okay having it extruded a bit like that. So, yeah. What a view. You can, I mean, isn't this just a great view, a great place to go train spotting at? I mean, you can already maybe kind of see the smoke of trains coming up here, and then you can just see them emerge from the tunnel going all the way along there with the dam around it. I need to see a steamer here. Yeah, me too. So, this is what it's like to stand at the base of this structure. I mean, if I wasn't the deity-like being who created this structure out of assets created by other deity-like beings, then I might be a bit scared right now. Well, I guess let me start that again. Well, I guess I'll go catch my train. Yeah, I mean, but this route is supporting steamers. I mean, that's why I've put the water tank over here and the turntable and the coaling tower, so that I can make steam scenarios here that fit. So, yeah. Also, oh right, the horn thing. I need to place the horn sound by the entrance and exit of the tunnel. Just sort of around here, I think. There we go. Did I place them? Oh, I placed them on the session layer. Well, I'm going to merge everything over to the route layer. Yes, I know that includes the trains I've placed, but those aren't going to stay there anyway, since the route's not finished, as you know. Yes. I need a little bit of water. Much better. Okay, so what's the next step? The next step, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or creatures of all ages, including fungi and plants, I think the next step is to make the slope on this side. I genuinely do. I mean, I know it's a big step, but I think it's one we need. And that is why you all voted for me. Right. Also, I need to make a road connect over to this. So, I mean, actually the road would, in real life, go over the dam, probably. Huh. I mean, maybe these could be like 3 lanes going across it. Which would make it a bit difficult to get back up over here, admittedly. Unless I made... No, that wouldn't work. It wouldn't work because it continues on along there. I think I'll actually put the road access over to this side only. which means the road will probably come from over here, over the hills, and then go over there, past the power station, and then over that way. And I don't want to make the peaks on this side too tall. I mean, like that over there I think is fine, but not very much taller, because I want the dam to not look tiny compared to the mountains. I need to see... Oh, right. Sorry. The chat just flashed. Like, the text disappeared for a frame or two and then reappeared, which I thought meant that someone typed something. And now you did. Yeah, I get ya. Good. Yeah, I mean, that was just perfect timing. Yes. Right. I mean, if you want to get a true picture of what this looked like, imagine the water not being here, because this is actually the shape of the valley that it had as it was carved by the river. So if you imagine it looking like it does now, only without the water, then you can kind of get an idea of what this maybe looked like before the dam was there. You just have to imagine it without the water, basically. I know it can be a bit difficult, but I'm sure you've got it in you. Okay. Nope, not down, I meant up. I like that. Thank you. Right, so how does that look? On that side, it looks like this. And over there... I think it looks okay, but I do want to change this shape a little bit. Just sort of something like this. I don't like the shape of this bit. Might make that a little bit, well, a little bit flatter, really. Yeah, that's better. That is better. So, right. I'll put in the road next. Well, roughly. Which is actually a bit convoluted, because you'd think that if there is a town right here with a dam up there, then the workers who work at the dam would probably live in this town. But the only road that goes up from the town goes off on in this direction, and the road I'm going to make connecting to the dam is going to come in from this side of the valley, which means that if you look at the map, we know that the valley looks like this all the way, so the only road connection would probably come off somewhere around here, going all the way up here, which means that even if you live here, you want to get there, you'd either have to take the train, or you'd need to drive all the way down this way and up to the next connection, then go all the way down here, all the way over, then all the way up to get to the dam. So you'll probably take the train, I think. At least that's what I would do. Right. I think it's sensible to have the no overtaking road here. By the way, how's the session going, Slovak? Is everything working like you wanted to? Yeah, but I don't really know what trains I should place down. Try the up, big boy. That usually fits. So I just left it. Okay. And I'm watching you now only. That's a nice feeling. Makes me feel special. Right. So I want this to be carved into the side. So I'm going to make it fixed height and then push it in before applying the height of the train. Yes. Oh, sorry, applying the train height to the spline. Right, so this looks okay. Oh, a bit further in. And I did remember that originally when I planned to have the dam here, I wanted the railway to cross over the canyon and then go up to the dam. But I think this way it has a much bigger impact. I mean, we can have it cross over after the dam, like up here maybe. Maybe we can have it branch off, so maybe one line could continue up this way, and another line could maybe cross over either the lake or the river up there when it's gone far enough back and continue off to another industry. And I'm not sure how large I want this route to be, because on the one hand, this has the potential to be a really large route with a lot of mountain stuff in it. On the other hand, I'm only working on it on stream, and I wanted to get finished this decade or century. I mean, preferably both. So I'm still kind of thinking about that in the back of my mind. Well, technically the fore of my mind now, the foreground, but you know what I mean. Actually, I'll save. Now, how does this look from this side of the valley? I think that looks good. It also gives another thing to tell the scale by if you see the cars going past up there. Right, so I need a transformer. There we go. A bit of a bigger one, because you're supposed to be able to see it from the other side of the thing, you know, valley. Maybe it's called power station? Ah, yes, this one. Power plant substation. Although maybe this is too big. Maybe if I put it in the ground a little bit, sort of like this. I think it works. Yeah, me too. I just don't... I mean, I think it looks good here, but I'm not sure if it detracts from the sense of scale that the dam is supposed to give you. Maybe if I placed a building near here. Like, substations are huge. Yeah. Office structure maybe. Maybe this sort of thing. Yeah, maybe... I mean, I wouldn't want to work here because of the electromagnetic fields that this thing gives off. But hey, this is the 60s, so, or 50s, 60s. So, probably not a huge concern. Actually, I might place this down here. And then I could have a little dirt track leading up to the road up there. Oh, that's a good idea. Right, so something like this. Maybe a bit further back, actually. And then I'll just get the dirt road from before. You know, the one, the one that caused the reason why we had all of these bridges here in the first place. Yeah, that one. Which is this one. Don't mind me, lag, just passing through. Sorry, that's just something in the throat, I think. Right, and I want this preferably to go in front. And then to just kind of curve back up to here. I think that should be fine-ish. Actually, I'll fix the height of these two. Right. Okay. So I need to manually fix some things up here. So maybe just bring it up like this a little bit. I mean, it's okay if it goes a little bit into the ground because I'll add textures later on anyway underneath, like the gravel texture, which should fix most of these problems. Now I just want to make this a little bit less obvious that it's built up to the road. So maybe something like this would be better. And yes, I do realize that it's getting very steep down here, but you don't really see it that much. I think that fits quite well, besides this little bit up there, and the fact that it's floating in the air a bit down here. So, like this. Now I'll save. Great. So now I need to figure out where the power pylons are supposed to go. So I'll just search for power and see if maybe I'll find something fitting. Not these ones. Big. I think these are the right one. These are a bit bigger than the other ones. These ones? Oh, these ones are good. These ones fit well. So, yeah, this should carry on along here. And maybe follow the road as well. And hey, that could give a nice effect of it going over the hill. So just sort of like this, kind of going up and then back down the other side. Although one thing that's slightly puzzling is that if they're generating all of this power here, then that means that the water needs to spin the turbines, which means the water needs to go from this side down through to this side, which means that it wouldn't really make that much sense that this river is this dried up, unless maybe we're in a drought and they're not generating any power at the moment. That could be the case. I mean, that's probably the case. Although then where does all that water flow? Because this lake doesn't continue on over here. Because that's the whole thing here. where the river originally flowed here before the dam was built. And what's going on over here? Huh. Something tells me that I maybe misclicked with the copy-paste tool with the terrain. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe we'll just pass it off as a quarry. Anyway, no, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Be right back. Okay, sure. Didn't really expect I'd be working on this part of the map, but it shouldn't take that long to fix. Must have happened a while ago though. Probably I just clicked off in the distance like here, and then it did this. Although I did go over here to show this bit when Anthony joined again, I think. So I probably... Did I fly past that and not notice it? Or was it not there before? That's a bit strange. I'll have to go look up the streams, see if it was already there. Because that's one of the benefits of archiving these streams. Speaking of which, these streams are going to be archived on the Sharedized YouTube channel. Yeah. Which I already said, I know, even this stream, but I'd kind of like making fun of advertising. As you can probably tell. Right, so, well, good is new, considering that, well, it is new. And the track's not obscure, that's okay. Yeah, this is good. Actually, one thing I want to do is I want to test if the Flying Yankee train can make it up that grade, because I know that it had trouble getting up here in cab mode. So I will actually test that. So I'll need to I'll just remove this train over here and place this onto a side. Oops, I thought I removed the train. And just move this one over here. Yeah, it's just getting refueled by the coal, that's fine. And we'll just have a quick drive. Are you back, Slovak? Or are you not back? Here we go. There we go, the textures have loaded. And it would be so nice if the wagon, if the observation car had a cab mode, but it doesn't. I mean, now this area down here has much more context. I mean, if I'm looking at this here, I can just imagine like we're down here, it's not that steep, and then I think of the dam, and that these very rails run up there. I mean, if you follow this continuously, if the junctions are set correctly, then you'd get there. Speaking of junctions, I need to set the junctions correctly. And that's it, the junctions have been set correctly. So here we go. And by the way, this wall over here separating the thing is actually realistic. And that's in real ones as well. You can see the driver in there. Oh yeah, it's using the 3D model, of course. So here we go. I think that's actually the first time that I called this train correctly, the Flying Yankee. I think in all of the other streams, where I referenced this train, I called it either the California Zephyr or the Pioneer Zephyr. I think that was actually the first time that I called it correctly the first time. I know that sounds a bit redundant, saying it twice, but different meaning, the same word in that sentence. And there you can see this has a cantilever, this signal. So this short one is for the siding, and the tall one that's to the right of it is for the left track, because of this little light here. This little light indicates basically that, okay, you've got one track here, and then one track here. And these two tracks, so these two poles, are representing these ones. Since these lights are on the left pole, so the left track, they are on the left track. And this one is just on the track that's beside it. So it looks a bit confusing, but it's actually not if you know what it's about. Like a lot of things, actually most things. Don't you just love the chrome, bendy bit? Back. Yes, hello. I'm just trying to see if the Flying Yankee can make it up that incline in cab mode, because as you can see, I'm flooring it. We're at a 0.5 gradient, and it's barely making 35 in cab mode. Also, did you see the thing that I repaired in the terrain, or had you already gone when I showed that? Also, you may want to pause and unpause the stream in case there is, what's the word? Delay. Also, have you seen the Silver Streak movie, the original, the black and white one, where they were building the dam, and one of the workers got ill and they had to send the Iron Lung via the train to get it there in time, and the Pioneer Zephyr, I think it was the Pioneer Zephyr, anyway, the one that they were just reloaded, delay seems to be short, good. No, I never saw the original. I recommend watching it because there's basically when they're racing this train, which basically looks like this one. I think it was only 2 or 3 cars. This brand new train down the track. They've sped up the footage, so it's like this rocket racing along the track, and the steam train's getting out of the way just in time as they're flipping the switch to let the other train through. And it's actually quite an entertaining film to watch. It's got sabotage and things all like that in it, basically. Yeah. So do you think this train will make it up the incline in cab mode? Because I'm flooring it and it's staying at 27 miles an hour on a 1.7 gradient. It should. Yeah, it should, but well, we'll see. We'll see. Also, did you see the bit a few minutes ago where I repaired the big flattened area in the terrain back there? I must have misclicked with the copy-paste tool when I was flattening out a new baseboard. Did you catch that, or did you miss it? Actually, this will also be a good test for how long the route is actually at the moment, because we haven't done that in a while. I see, yeah. Good. That's good. It feels like so long ago that I built this bit, which, I mean, to be fair, it is quite long ago, because this is, I think, the 27th stream? Well, technically the 26th route building stream, since one of them was a multiplayer stream, but Still, it's quite long time. I like the original Runaway Train movie. Is that what it's called? Runaway Train? I think I might have heard of that. Might look it up a bit later. Actually, I'll write it down so I don't forget. If we have a runaway train here while I'm writing down, just notify me, please. Thank you. Sorry. The 1985 one. Oh, I see. Thanks. Okay. Okay, what happened while I was gone? Yeah, I think this train is probably quite fast, but I'm not sure how strong it is. Also, we're coming up to Haunt Point sidings by the pond. It sure got speed, but it don't have power. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. $105 tons. I mean, I could always swap the engine specs in these specific sessions, so that I maybe switch it for an SD40 or something like that. In those specific sessions. That could make it work a bit better on this. True. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Hope the monster doesn't find you. Oh, we've reached the track speed limit. What a nice surprise. Yes. And don't worry, I am keeping regular backups of this map in case anything happens. None of this is going to be lost, unless something really, really bad happens. And if that happens, I think I've got other worries. Good. Good that you have backups. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I mean, this does look good with an increased render distance. Actually, let's see what it looks like in morning or in the evening. Just made a backup of Central Europe, just in case. Great. Let's see what it would look like in the evening. Or maybe... I mean, the skybox doesn't really fit with this, and it doesn't really adapt to the different colors that well. I mean, if you ignore the skybox, I think it looks good. Although the train is struggling quite a bit. I mean, yeah, this does look good. I mean, this you could put this on a billboard or a postcard. I've got the visual effects turned off, the post-processing at the moment, so you don't get the sun shafts, just for performance reasons. But I'll turn them on a bit later. Oh, just look at that! The shadow cast by the mountain as the trees and the lake are obscured in the fine mist. You just need to play around with the skybox a bit, the environment settings. Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, when I've got the route finished, actually, I'll probably, yeah, I'll do that for the route, and then maybe tweak them for the individual settings, the individual sessions. 20 miles an hour. I mean, maybe the train driver just wants to enjoy the view? 19. Okay. I think I've got the thumbnail. Just like this. I think that's probably going to be the thumbnail. You can pull it, just not as fast as you would think. I hope so. I hope so. But do you think it could start up again if it's topped on that really, really steep bit before the tunnel? Also, the road looks weird. I mean, just look at that. Buttyful screenshot. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I'll probably... Maybe this would be a better... I mean, I'm just going to keep it like... Actually, I'll make a screenshot like this. Why not? I can post it on Discord. If it manages to keep a stable speed, it will manage to start up. Yeah, the JR road is ugly in different times of the day. Yeah. Although it fits so well in some other times. Oh well. If it does end up being a problem, I can replace it eventually. Yeah, definitely need to add some more billboards. Not billboard. Well, I mean, billboards would do the job as well. But no, baseboards I meant. Up here. Yeah. Not really great not having a window here, but it actually doesn't have a window here, as you can see. You can use 2D backdrop. Oh no, before that, sorry. It does fit, but yeah, it's not good as it... faster and easier. Yeah, if I have a right one, because up here you can see that the slope does come up here, and then you can see the edge of the baseboard. I'm not really sure how well it would work putting in a backdrop there. I mean, I might play around with it, see if it works. But it's more likely that I'll end up putting another few baseboards up there with a 10-meter grid size and put some more forest up there. Alright, I'm head to bed. It's late. Yes, alright, well, good night, sweetheart. Thank you for joining me in the stream. Good night, Jedi's. Yes, thank you. I think I will. Bye, sweetheart. Yes, bye. See ya. Yes. Actually, why is that oh right, that signal's red because it's the last one. I don't know what it is about the town that's making lag so much. Maybe it's the buildings. Like the models of the buildings. Maybe they don't have loading or something. Some of them at least. Well, I guess I'll just have to look at the scenery. Too much details. Well, it's too many polygons. Yeah, maybe. But it's mostly just the buildings and, well, the fences. I haven't actually placed that many details aside from in the industrial bit, but that's very small. Oh, just look at the lake down there. Or, alternatively, you can look up this valley. The strange thing is that sometimes it lags more in this area than other times. Oh, we're going too fast, we're going too fast. Yeah, because it's flattened out, that's why. Yeah, for example, now you see, it's barely lagging at all. Yeah? Even though it's still rendering almost all of the town and a lot of the trees. This is really strange. You can see? I can look around and it's fine. I mean, the textures haven't loaded in properly here. Ah, it's the bridge then. Well, if I look back now, it's still fine. You can see, even though the bridge would be no, now it started lagging. I'm not sure if it is the bridge. Because I've used that bridge on the Coleman Mounds Railroad as well, and it doesn't lag there. And if I, for example, if I pause now, over here you can see it's really lagging quite a lot. And then if I go over here to the bridge, you can see that it's quite a lot smoother now. You can see how I can turn the camera and it's not lagging. Yeah? I have no idea what it is. Might just be my computer. Might just be my computer and TRS-19. Anyway, here is the test to see if it makes it up. That's always something you want your train driver, you want to hear your train driver saying, alright, here's the test to see if it makes it up. Especially if it's a passenger train and you've got connections where you're getting off, like connecting services. Oh, I do like this. This bit's still very cold down here because it's still in the shadows. Although up here the sun is shining. Oh, and you can see the dam popping in and out of existence. But no, you can see the dam large and foreboding. It covers the valley in the distance. Slightly obscured by the morning mists, it stands as tall as the day it was built. Yeah. Oh, go down to 15. 14. 13. This is the most anticlimactic countdown in the world, because if it hits 0, then we've stopped and nothing happens. Is it me, or can I hear train horns very quietly in the background of the noise of the engine? Anyway, I'll turn post-processing on just to see what difference it makes. That's only you. No, for example, here. Actually, I'll make it louder. So just the sort of the like the train sounds. So I'm going to make it quite loud. So maybe turn it down a little bit. It's just the engine sound. Yeah, but I think that in the recording of the engine sound might be in the background, just very quietly. But it sounds like an actual horn. Not the main engine sound, but just sort of in the background a little bit. Maybe I'm mistaking it for something else. Anyway, I've got to turn the volume back down. 30% I think it was. And now let's look at the sun. Generally not very good advice, but in this case, yeah. Oh, the sun shafts do make it look so much better, don't they? Yeah, you're mistaking it for something. I don't hear any horns. Yeah, it's what I heard was barely audible. So I'm probably mistaken it for something. Oh wow. Anyway, yes, you can just see the dam through there. And it looks like we are actually making it up very, very slowly. I mean, for a train that looks like this, you don't think that you'd be traveling at 12 miles an hour in a 35 zone. At least not if you've got the clear signal, which to be honest we don't have, but we're kind of ignoring it, so yeah. Also, 9 miles. Okay, we've made 9 miles on the main line. That's not counting the little branch up there, so that's 9 miles, which is about 14.5 kilometers. Oh, and now we're speeding back up because it's leveling out. That's nice distance. Yes, I agree. Breaking the speed limit. Yeah, this is going to be a very tricky question. Not question. I read a very tricky spot for sessions. Question is now, can it start? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to drive out of the tunnel just because I want to see what it looks like actually next to the dam. But after that, I'm going to reverse it and stop it on the gradient and try to start it up again. Oh wow, just look at that dam. Oh, and the beautiful sun just perfectly aligned with the train and the dam and the mountain. I mean, it's almost like I've got a bit of experience in trains. No, I meant it's almost like this was planned. Anyway, yeah, I'll stop it now. Good test for the brakes. So full brakes, full train brakes. Okay, it's stopping it pretty quickly. Also, another question is, can it stop when going down the grade? Which I think the answer to will be true, so yes. Right. Again, thank you so much for recommending this train. It fits really well in this landscape. Oh, also the tunnel, yes, that as well. you should try the Empire Builder. Yes, I was actually going to download that at some point, that is true. I just forgot about it, so thanks for reminding me. No problem. Yeah, good. Thanks anyways. Right, so I'll apply brakes soon. Okay, apply brakes. Also apply the local brakes. Also put it in forward gear. Also apply the throttle. There we go. I knew it would stop. Right. So, now, here we go. We're already in forward gear. I'm going to release the train brakes first, because the independents release quicker. We're starting to roll down slowly, so I'm going to give it some throttle and apply the sand, obviously. And yes, it will start. Surprisingly quickly, actually. Not even wheel slipping. So yeah, it does start, no problem. I mean, that's great. And actually, since we're already driving around on the route, I do want to drive up to the gravel pit in the diesel train here, just because I want to see what it looks like at this time of day. And also it will give us a chance, well, give me a chance to test out some of these junctions, which I haven't actually driven over yet. I know I don't really need to test them, but I want to. Right, so that's set correctly. That needs to be switched. And then I can back down onto the other siding. Right, so. Oops. Oh, that's forward. Why is that forward? I think I need to put an invisible speed sign here as well. Like you see, for example, now it's not lagging. Well, not much anyway. It's weird. Yes, I agree. I agree. And I'm not even using procedural tracks here. Right, so apply the loco brake. So we're gonna go back this way. Then this is set correctly. Switch that. And then switch these two. Just like that. Going over into this cab. Release the brakes, forward. 2 blasts of the horn. The crossing works. And we're off. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of the gravel pit. Also known as the foreman. Yeah, I thought you might like that. This is a very sparkly engine. I'm sure that if it was a friend of Thomas's, it would be very proud of the fact that it is sparkly. Which would probably mean that it would land in some mud and then be sad that it was no longer sparkly. And then of course it'd get washed up and be happy about the fact that it's sparkly. But remember that it's not that bad if it's not sparkly. which is a lesson which it will forget at the soonest opportunity, the nearest opportunity, which will be the next episode. So luckily it's not a friend of Thomas's then. Anyway, look, by the way, I mean Thomas the Tank Engine, not just some random viewer called Thomas, if by the way. Oh, so yeah, so you can see Kango Fango's recommendation of the radio tower up there. I think it's a good recommendation. I think it adds a lot up there. Also, this river is reflective. Even though the texture quality is quite low, you can see how it's reflecting the sun down there. Now it's lagging. Now it's not. It's weird, yes, I know. And if you listen very carefully in the background, you can hear some of the water sounds. Or if I go down to the river. By the way, oh, I'm speeding. By the way, one of the ways that in video games, if there are sound effects that are supposed to play an area, like for example a river, then the way they usually do that is they have a Bezier curve, basically a path, that follows the way that the river goes, and then it moves the sound object along the path to the point where it's closest to the player. So if the player is here, and the player moves up, then the sound moves along the river to the closest point where the player is, so that from the player's point of view it will sound like the sound is always coming from this stretch of whatever it is. Which is an interesting thing that I figured out only a few months ago. That's nice, thank you. It's nice of you to say. And interesting. Great. I usually aim for a balance between nice, interesting, funny, and factually correct. I never knew they did it like that with sounds. Yeah, I mean, I only learned about it when I was doing research for one of my prototype games, you know, the one with the tracks. I posted pictures on Discord, like Prototype 01. So I was doing research on how splines worked, and that's how I found out that they use splines for sounds. So to move sounds around, that's, yeah. Makes me think that in Trainz you can get it with a custom loco. Probably. Yeah. Although you would need some way of figuring out if the loco would need to... Basically, you would need to have some way of the loco keeping up with the player. So you could do it with triggers and signals, so that the player triggers signals as they move along the tracks, which would then clear the signals for the invisible road, the invisible tracks along the river, allowing the loco to continue. But if the player then reverses, the effect goes away. But yeah, in theory, that should work. I'm glad that I lowered the speed limit to 25 along this way. Also, we've just gone past 11 o'clock, which means that as soon as we're up here, I will need to stop the stream. I know, time flies, yeah. Maybe we need to hop into the Easter egg over here to extend the time of the stream a little bit. Yeah, that Easter egg. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the stream in which I build it, and then you'll find out what Easter egg is back there. Or wait until the route is... wait until I can speak, and the route is released, and then just go and check for yourself what's there. Yeah, so this is about 3 miles long. So in total, the route length is about 12 miles. So I think that's quite reasonable. So if I think about it, that I want this route, this branch line to continue up to a village, and then the other one probably branch off, and then I've got the third one down below, and then the one on that side. So we're given all of those. I'll probably end some of these branches quite soon, because I've got all the other loose ends that I will need to make as well. So that's a good thing to know. The chat just jumped. Anyway, let's see if we can stop. I think so. Yeah, plenty of space. Might have burned out some of the traction motors, but sure, we stopped. Anyway, I've already got my thumbnail that I want to use. So, if Trainz will exit, yeah, there we go. Close, quit. Go over here to the ready screen. And yeah, that's the end of the stream. So, thank you. If you're watching this live or archived, well, if you're watching this live, then yes, the stream will be archived for the third time, the stream. Right, for the third time, the stream, looking at the camera. Also, shout-outs. But the stream is over. If you were only here for the stream, you can leave. Shout-outs. So, Slovak Eagle does Trainz live streams, also driving simulator live streams. And Kango Fango does OMSI 2 live streams, so route building and driving. And he's going to start doing Trainz as well. So he's going to share the live stream. So he's going to do an hour of OMSI 2 and then an hour of Trainz. So yeah, thank you for the stream. No problem, it was a pleasure. And thank you for the shout out. Yes, I'm glad I could help. So that is the end of the stream. So bye. Oh, I'm still here. I wonder why I'm still here. Oh, right, it's because I haven't pressed the button, so bye. Oh, I still haven't pressed the button. What's going on? Oh, I think I might just actually need to press the button. So then if I press the button,